ready?
Peeps, how's it going? We're doing something different today. Today is something I have never done. I've done a lot of different things on my channel, but not this. So hopefully it does good. If you guys enjoy it, please like it and comment down below so that way I know you guys actually enjoy this stuff and I can do it with more video games, whatever it may be. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys have not played this game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I recommend playing it. I am going to go through and do the positives and the negatives of this because there are some of both. And I think personally, the media hyped it up a little bit too much. But let's start with the positives. First of all, I enjoyed playing the game. There's a lot of cool things you can do, and I'm not going to spoil any of this. So if you're waiting for reviews before you buy the game, I understand. I'm not going to spoil the game for you. So I'm not going to tell you anything about the story or anything like that, so that way you guys can play it and still get the full experience of it. I'm just going to tell you my personal thoughts on the game. There's a lot of cool things you can do in combat. The skills you can unlock are very, very cool, and there's just so much stuff you can do. There's a bunch of different force powers and combos you can do. It makes combat a little bit more fun. Combat, you can't just attack. So a lot of people compare this game, or at least had the same hopes for this game as the Force Unleashed series, where you could just go and attack, use your force powers, and not really play defense that much. This, I'm comparing it a little bit more to Assassin's Creed combat style, where you have to play defense in order to win the fights. You can't just attack. You have to block. You have to be a little bit strategical and take out troops at the right time and all that good stuff. You have to block, you have to parry, you have to dodge, or else you're going to get beat up. There's just a ton of cool stuff in the environment you look at. The graphics are amazing. You expect nothing less from Star Wars games. You know, the graphics from planet to planet are amazing. You know, that it's hard to believe it's a video game at times with all the cool graphics and environment and stuff. The cutscenes, you know, look pretty much like the gameplay. There's not like a big drop off or anything. So I mean, it's a blast. It is absolutely a blast. Now I'm just shooting off the top of my head, so I'm probably gonna bounce back between negatives and positives, because if you guys are new here, I don't write stuff down. I just shoot from the head. One of the biggest negative things about this game is it kind of feels like an online game. If you guys played the Old Republic game, you know what I'm talking about. When you go to these resting points, you can heal up there. That's where you get new abilities and level up. When you rest, all the enemies respawn. And that's kind of a problem to me, because if you just fought a tough fight, like, I was new to this style of game. I wasn't good at it right away. When you had a tough fight and you're almost dead, and you have to rest, and the enemies respawn, you have to fight them all over again, it gets kind of old. And that's what they do online. I did not like that at all. If you want to add different stuff, that's cool, but I'm tired of going to a different planet, coming back to this one, and the enemies I just fought are still there, and you have to fight it all over again. That was one of the biggest negative things to me. Personally, I did not get invested into the story mode. The story mode was just kind of bland. It wasn't really deep or cool. There were some cool parts to it. You know, like he's undercover and not exposed to the Jedi in the beginning, and then eventually he does, but you know, the Order 66 scene was really cool and all that stuff, but the story in and of itself, it didn't get me right away. You know, like, I don't know if it ever did get me. You know, it's just kind of okay. I don't really think they invested that much time into the story. They kind of just had a blueprint and they went with it. A lot of it is just going to temples and doing different stuff. That's really, like, the biggest knack on me. Like, if the story is not good, it kind of defeats the purpose of doing all the cool action and stuff, which a lot of people, you know, don't really care as much about the story as the action. Personally, it needs to be a good mix. Like, I want a believable story that's entertaining and makes you want to hurry up and finish it. Here, you know, I just kind of took my time and did whatever I wanted to do, because it wasn't like the story was calling for me, you know. So that's that and the rest, and respawning the enemies were probably the two biggest negatives. But, you know, like I said, a lot of the combat is really what took the game away. I seen that IGN give it a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give it probably a 7 out of 10. It's a good game. I recommend it. If you play strictly the story mode or whatever you want to call it, it goes by pretty fast. So I wish the story would have been a little bit longer. A lot of people have already beaten it. I am very close to beating it. I have not finished it yet, so the story might get better, but so far the story hasn't grabbed me. But I'd give it a 7 out of 10 Jeru's. Like I said, man, the graphics, combat, all that good stuff is awesome. There's just a ton of stuff to explore, and you have to go back to different maps once you get new abilities, so that way you can unlock different things to customize your lightsaber. That is a very cool feature. I love that. I wish every Star Wars game that has ever come out would have that feature. You can customize your own lightsaber the way you wanted it to. You can change the color, you can change the hilt, switches, blade, all kinds of different stuff. There's a ton of customization to do with your lightsabers, but you can only do it if you go through the map and unlock stuff. So, I mean, there's purpose of going back to different maps and finding stuff. So, I mean, it's a lot to do. It's a lot of fun. So I do recommend it if you guys have not played it yet or got it. It looks like there's going to be some DLC content too coming in. I'm not sure how far away that stuff is, but a lot of people love this game. A lot of people have this game, so there's going to be some DLC stuff eventually. Again, I don't know what any of that stuff's going to be or when it is coming out, but that's something to look forward to. So we'll see where this is going to go. I think for EA and Star Wars video games, this is a leap. What they have done with Battlefront 2, they have actually made that game a lot of fun to play. EA's maybe learning. EA is not a home run here with the games of late. So it's nice with a fan base that is divided, kind of coming back to loving what Star Wars is putting out between this, The Mandalorian, and Disney+. There's a lot of stuff going on with Star Wars, so it's a lot of fun. So play the game if you have not. Leave it down in the comments. If you guys have not followed me on Instagram or Twitter, that is in the description. Also, for my sports fans who are watching this, all DSA members are in the description as well, so be sure to subscribe to all of them. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.